Chapter 3. Theories of the Fear of Crime. As always, psychology loves a good theory, and fear of crime is no exception, as there are a lot of theories to explain this fear. Cultivation theory, Gebera 1972. This theory states that the fear of crime is caused by the consumption of mass media and its television that are used as a means of cultural transmission, and it's this transmission of horrific crime that creates the fear. Positive of the theory is that other research shows that people who watch more media tend to have higher levels of fear. Nonetheless, this relationship is statistically weak, and the type of neighbourhoods and demographics of the sample weaken the relationship even more. The availability heuristic theory, Chevron 1996. The availability heuristic refers to the extent to which the media creates vivid and accessible images of crime in people's minds, making you feel unsafe if you enter a similar situation. Due to you remember a crime that is related to a situation like you're currently in. For example, if you've seen a horrific murder in a dark alley, and then you were walking down a dark alley later that night, then it's likely you will become fearful as you remember those images and fear that the same crime would happen to you. A positive of the theory is that there is some support in research, but I believe that it's too reductionist, as it only focuses on a singular cause. Cognitive theory, Winkle 1998. Our last theory for the theory of crime is a cognitive theory that proposes that fear is a product of risk seriousness. In order to find out the risk seriousness of the situation, you times the subjective risk of being a victim with the perceived negative impact. This is the belief you have about the seriousness of the consequences of the crime. Let's use an example because I know that this isn't the simplest theory to explain. For example, let's say that I think that the risk of me becoming a victim of a stabbing is 80%. I know that the consequences of being stabbed are extremely serious, give me a score of 100%. Therefore, to give me a product of risk and my fear of crime, I would calculate 0.8 times 1, equaling 0.8 or 80%, meaning that I would have a high risk of being fearful of crime. Additionally, I use very high numbers in my example to show that people's perception is flawed, because this is their subjective opinion. Whilst there is evidence to support this theory, some evidence proposes that some people are more affected by victimization than others.